self-awareness. I always kind of blame trading for giving me anxiety and causing me to stay up late. I think that's actually sort of how I'm wired, and it doesn't make trading easy. My dad was actually diagnosed with bipolar, but his bipolar, he didn't really have depressive episodes. It's more like hypomania, and I think it's something that I've inherited. I don't sleep nothing, but some nights sleep 6 hours, and I just can't stay still, man. I'm moving all the time. I'm doing the hiking tours, I'm doing the trading business, I'm doing a million things. And usually it's all good. Usually it doesn't really work with putting on trades. Anyways, that's just some self-awareness, things you learn when trading. Couple things that I wanted to talk about though. Surf looks good, but surf looks okay, really. Cruising by Makaha. That's Makaha Beach. So I made some system updates. A nice thing about bringing people into the private community where they pay is they add value too. It's such a win. It's just expanding my team. And I'm expanding my team in other ways, but there's a guy, shout out Runwell. Me and him were testing parameters on the MTP system last night and came up with some improvements. So the indicator, it can be really simple, but there's also a million knobs and toggles you can change to test. So he came in and with some insane back tests. We're talking, okay, the return on Bitcoin back test went from a 50% drawdown for a 200,000% return, which is amazing, to this back testing is looking like a 50% drawdown for a 2 million% return. Like, what the fuck? It just looks out of control. So one of the things that he had changed was the stop loss, widening it from 3.4 ATR to 5 ATR. That's a really wide stop loss. Super wide stop loss. But I guess it works. So really wide stop seemed to improve things. Now another thing that I found, so you guys know by now, but we added a conditional close where it can exit on a failed breakout, and that improves results over most things, not all things. The S&P 500 is a little funny. That one doesn't like to ever close. That one has shallow pullbacks. It just grinds higher. It makes sense. People are just, that's the ETF. That's the buy and hold, man. S&P 500 is such a good buy and hold. You don't need to trade around it. Anyways, so but for something like Bitcoin or NASDAQ that are more bubbly and reflexive, you want to be able to exit at the top because they go through cycles where they boom and bust. So that conditional take profit is really important. Now what's interesting is because the conditional take profit protects the breakout trade somewhat, where a lot of the time you don't take a full stop because you get in and then you're quickly getting out the next day. It allows you to increase your risk, but it also allows us to loosen up our entry requirements for a breakout and improve the results. So one of the parameters is on a breakout, you can wait for it to close on the daily over the old level or just to touch it. And surprisingly, setting it to just touch the old level seems to be improving the conditions or improving the back tests. Also, we have a filter where you cannot go long under the 200 moving average for dip buys or breakout buys. But since those breakout buys are protected in a new way by the conditional take profit, it seemed that removing the 200 moving average filter also improved results. And it kind of makes sense where, all right, adding a failed breakout close to take profit improves the market timing of breakouts. Therefore, since the breakouts are a little bit more protected, we can now loosen up our entry requirements. So I'm really happy with that. Continued improvements, continuing to bring people back in. I'm most happy about the conditional close, which is saving me some money this month, as so far the crypto market's been kind of bleeding down. The bots are capitalizing and I'm exited at the highest. And then another update, I talked to you guys about the truth about running a trading business. I'm unnecessarily transparent. I think that's something people like about me. I brought in a third business partner for my trading business. So I've got Alex Heyer, who runs the crypto bots, and I give him 20% of profit to run the bots. Now, once we're selling those bots, which will happen later on, I don't know, he's going to get a big split of that. Then I've got Matthew Edwards. Matthew Edwards has a developer and has spent the money to develop the MTP indicator. So a lot of the ideas come from me, but he's the one who spent the money on it, and he's actually the one in control of the indicator. So he is, I give him 20% of all MTP sales. And then I'm bringing in a third person, Thomas, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Tomas. He's European. He's been working with me on my other channel, behind the scenes, building funnel and so on. I'm bringing him in to clean up the funnel for MTP and to start optimizing Facebook ads and start out running ads and just cleaning stuff up. So I was trying to start running ads to promote MTP, and dude, I was just banging my head against the wall. I know what to do. Like, I'm very strong conceptually. I don't have the patience for technicals, right? I do understand code. I can say, hey, let's code this. It should look like X, Y, and Z. If I go in to do it, it's so frustrating. So for the Facebook ads, I know, like, okay, I'm gonna install a Facebook pixel here. I'm gonna do a lookalike audience off of this email list. I'm gonna record this video with this copy and I'm gonna run it. And I just running into so many problems where, okay, I need to verify an account, I need to track down an old email. Now I'm talking to customer support. Why is this box grayed out? It's not populating. Where did my work go? Where did my work go? I've been working on this for hours. Where did it go? And I'm just like, this is so fucking frustrating. I'm not meant to do the technical stuff. I'm meant to be the ideas and the face of things. And the capital allocator, the manager, I'm good at these things. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna offer to Tomas, bring him in, and give him a 10% cut to just clean some things up. So yeah, I was debating how much to offer him. At first it was like 20 seemed like too much because that's what Matthew Edwards gets, and Matthew's invested so much money. So I'm giving him 10, and that's in perpetuity. So I don't sign contracts. I don't have employees. I just like to split because I understand incentives, and I like to give power to the other person so that it gives them security and also ownership if they want to work on it. So for instance, giving Matthew Edwards control of the indicator is good for the team. Not everything needs to be good for me. I don't need to control everything, but it creates an entity that has a life force of multiple people invested. I give Tomas control over the website and so on, and the ads, and then that gives him leverage where he can negotiate with me, hey, maybe 10% is not enough, I want more. It's like, well, okay, are you working? I put in the work. Which is, it's just good. These are good dynamics to have where, but yeah, that's the behind the scenes of a trading business. If you wonder why almost every retail trader ends up selling a course or a Discord, well, if you're a professional trader on Wall Street, you're doing the same thing, actually. If you want a book on this, Pitbull is really good, by Martin Buzzy Schwartz. He decides he's going to start running a fund, and he has to go on a whole sales campaign where he's wining and dining different potential investors. It's the same thing. Either you're raising money, investor money on Wall Street, or you're selling courses to retail. It's the same thing. That's where you get your increased capital, which lets you risk more. It also is what gives you somewhat of a consistent income, because even at the highest level, trading's generally not a consistent income. It's something you can make money with every year or most years. So I feel no shame in doing that. In our system, again, no refunds. I've been challenging anyone to show me a better back test, and no one has been able to do it. I'm convinced it's the bee's knees. We have the best system. It's an amazing system. It back tests amazingly, so it saves people from day trading. I think it's a great product. I really like it, and I'm stoked to offer it. I feel really good about offering it. So anyways, that was just some system updates, me rambling and ranting about my whatever. And yeah, I think I have some sort of, I've known it for a long time, some kind of hypomania. It gets triggered by certain things, but it's just part of me. Anyways, much love. Talk to y'all soon.